Hey guys, welcome back to another video. This one is about the clutch install and bleeding of the clutch system on the car. I went with an upgraded system. Unfortunately, I've experienced my first ever issue with vlogging, if you want to put it that way. I lost footage and I tried my best to fill in the voids with images to try and talk you guys through what it is exactly I did and how and why. As you'll see, there were one or two issues with the package when it arrived. The video on how I fixed it is gone. The installation of the gearbox didn't record much of that. The removal, I lost footage. So I'm going to try and piece it together as much as I can. Hope you enjoy it. Me complaining about bleeding the clutch. Yes, it's a 350Z and everybody that has one knows what a pain it is to bleed. That footage I still have. So I hope you enjoy my pain. Onto the video. Okay. So she's up. This is pretty much the area I'm going to be working in. As you can see, nice and dark outside, next to the garage, under a roof at least. But yeah, so got her jacked up on stands. Took forever. Let's see. There we go. The other one's back here. So she's off the ground, but yeah, I don't know where. It's about up to my knee. But yeah, let's see. We'll get started soon. So, first thing that needs to come off is this plate, belly plate. So I can take it off. It's wet here. I want to see. I think it's coming from this guy. Hopefully not from the motor. But yeah, we'll give this a go. Gonna have to take that off. And then all of this bracket that's holding up the exhaust, all the exhaust, to get this guy out. So that's gonna be fun. I'm gonna have to take all of that out to get the prop shaft out, to get this out, so what a job. Yep, you can see prop shaft clutch. There's all the disc material. Still genuine Nissan clutch, but nice and purple, so she's got hot. You can also see over here on the starter motor all the material, and yeah. Once again, sorry guys for I'm nice and dirty, as you can see. Once again, sorry for not recording. Battery issues. Anyway, I had to cut these guys off because they were rusted and they didn't want to come off, so I had to cut them off. Hey guys, so got the flywheel out. Nice dual mass flywheel. Anyway, heavy as fuck. Anyways, so yeah, that's what she looks like. No wonder she was slipping. So basically, if you look at the clutch, material wise, it doesn't look too bad. Like, there's still decent amount of material left. This is pressure plate side. Oh, I mean, sorry, this is engine side. This is pressure plate side. A little bit more worn. But, see this? There was too much grease on these splines and it got flung up from here, and got in between the engine and or the flywheel and the clutch disc, and that's why I was getting that burny smell, clutch smell. Slipping. So yeah, I guess good thing that we removed it to fit the JWT. But other than that, it wasn't as bad as what I thought it would be. Still had a bit of life on it. Not too bad. Anyway, yeah. So now I am going to clean up the JWT and we'll go from there. Okay guys, so I received my stuff all the way from the US. Where does it say it? There we go. United Postal Services, and then I used DHL to get it, yeah. But, so here's the flywheel, aluminium flywheel with my wear center. JWT. Pressure plates, clutches over there, bearings, yeah, so everything's all over the place. I've already done the unboxing. Sorry about that. Anyway, the first thing I saw when I took this out of the box is this over here. Boom. How fantastic is that? So they must have dropped it because it is a heavy package while shipping it. And they've gone and bent my timing ring. This is all the way from the US, so what the freaking hell am I gonna do? Well, luckily it's bolted on these Allen key sections, so I'm going to take it off and straighten it. Hopefully that works. So this is a image I'm using here because I've lost footage of the after portion where I managed to straighten it. I showed you guys the Allen keys earlier, or the Allen head bolts that I was planning on removing. They were damn tight. I couldn't get them loose, so ended up using a shifting spanner over the edge of the ring and slowly massaged it back to shape, and got it pretty damn squared on. You couldn't really tell the difference between that area and the rest of the ring. So yeah, that's how I solved that problem, and it turned out pretty okay. Here we have the pressure plate, flywheel and clutch all laid out and ready for some Instagram pics. But actually at this stage I'd finished cleaning all the surfaces, so the pressure plate and the flywheel surfaces with brake parts cleaner as a preliminary cleaning method, and then once flywheel was fitted to the engine, cleaned it again until the clutch went on. And yeah, very important step because they're shipped with a oil film over them which protects it against rust during storage and shipping, and you need to make sure you take that off, otherwise you end up with an issue like I had with the flywheel that I showed you earlier. Not as severe, but definitely you'll have slipping in high spots and heat generation and all of that, which you don't want, so very important to clean it. Transmission's back in. I haven't really filmed much of that because yeah, it's a pain in the butt. But anyway, it's time now to change the flexible clutch hose. So I've taken it off. You can see this is the heat trap. I'm going to reuse this. I didn't get a new one with the package, so I'll be reusing this, and then I'll just put that new heat shield over this line, and then we'll go up and connect it back to the slave cylinder. Okay, so taking the heat shield off, it's in a pretty bad state. So I don't know, we'll see, maybe I'll turn it around and use this side at the, closer to the exhaust. But anyway, so here's a comparison between, here's a comparison between the original hose and the steel braided hose. So this is supposed to help eliminate the sponginess. From the brake pedal. So yeah, gonna get it fitted up and we'll see how it feels. But that's basically it. Just fit this over the new hose and go and fit it up to the car. Really straightforward, and then bleed the clutch and we should be done. Hey guys, so got the whole flywheel, clutch, all that stuff in, gearbox back in, all of that, and started her up, flushed the power steering fluid. See, there she is, but she's still on stands, jack stands. So the simplest part of this whole operation was supposed to be bleeding the clutch, but you know what, it's a 350Z and this is proven to be hell. So I'm going to get onto the car now, and I'm going to show you guys exactly like what the issues were. Yeah, so like I said, I'll show you the issues. So first things first, you can pump this master cylinder as much as you want. This fluid level does not drop. It doesn't move. Alright? Well, it didn't move. We cracked the bleeder, nothing comes out, right? Closed it, pump, pump, pump. We thought massive airlock. So eventually we undid the hard line at the back there, the pressure line. Yeah, that pumped the master cylinder, fluid comes out there, so we know the master cylinder is pumping, so obviously there's air in the line. So now when I replaced the the hose with the steel braided hose, obviously it gravity bled. Okay, so let's get it under here. Oh, what a mission, eh? This is such a mission. Anyway, so here we go. Here's my steel braided hose. I've reused the heat shrink from the original hose. But yeah, it comes with a new set of new set of banjo bolt, a new banjo bolt with a new set of washers. Anyway, I'm trying to find the best view. There we go. So, okay, this is just an electrical harness that's in the way. So, crack the bleeder nipple, pump a couple of times, crack the bleeder nipple, nothing. So eventually I was like, no, what the hell? So I took the master cylinder off, took the banjo bolt off, and what do you know, gravity bleeds. So took the master cylinder and tried to crack the bleeder nipple and try to blow through it, and as we thought, it was blocked. So it doesn't, as you can see, it doesn't have a boot. Bought the car like this, didn't have a boot. So it must have gone clogged up, but it was like deep inside. So cleaned it out, took the cylinder out, all of that, cleaned it out, put it back in. Now we cracked the nipple and she bleeds. Okay, so previously the pedal was all the way to the floor and it would stay all the way on the floor. Now we've gotten it to the point where about halfway, oh, it's starting to rain. Anyway, halfway it would get stiff, right? So basically what's happening is we're activating the clutch about halfway. Okay, and then obviously when you release, the clutch fork presses it back to this position, and yeah, from there I crack the bleeder nipple, it pushes it back even further, tighten it, right? The minute you pull the clutch back, this lever, the slave cylinder moves in even further, and we sit with a gap. The piston, there's a gap to this. Now the cylinder is not supposed to do that. When you pull the master back, it's supposed to stay where it is. So we don't know now with the rebuild if we did something wrong. Put everything back in the way it's supposed to go. But yeah, don't know if we did something wrong, if something's come loose inside and why it's moving back. So yeah, it's a bit of a bummer. So gonna fiddle around a bit and see if I can get this thing sorted. Alrighty guys, so for all of you 350Z owners out there that are struggling to bleed your clutch, here's another way to try it. There's so many videos out there. As you can see, I've filled her now to the max line, which means I'm done bleeding and she's operating the way that you should. Let me show you the pedal. Yeah, so I had the string on the pedal to bring it up when it was bleeding and she didn't want to grab, but basically here's the pedal operation. Comes back all the way to the top, even pressure. We tested, got about 70% travel before she disengages the clutch, and off the floor about there she starts engaging again. So nice at the bottom, whereas the OEM clutch was right here on top. So this is good. Yeah, so I think she's ready. We tested, I can get all gears, no stress. So she's about ready to come off. So what did I do? Okay, so we were struggling to get it to build pressure. I think there was air in the line, so what I did was I drained fluid, alright, down till I think halfway between min and empty, just so that it's above, over here, just above the hose. So I'll put this rag in here to prevent fluid spilling and damaging the paint. So let's see, this is the setup I had. I had this bottle over here to catch any fluid dripping off the line. You can see she's a bit wet up top here. There's still some fluid I'll wipe off now. But basically I had this spray bottle, spray lid in the bottle of brake fluid. Purged the line, made sure there was no air in the line. Zip tied it to the bleeder nipple. Made sure that the slave cylinder, so the slave cylinder was moving back and forth like I explained to you guys, right? It was when we would release the clutch, what would happen is the slave cylinder would move back off of the fork. So what I did this time is I kept the clutch in the like half down position, right, where it would stay, and I came down and I purged this line and connected it, made sure there was no air in the line. In that position I opened the bleeder nipple and pushed some pressure into here, checked there was still no air in the line, right? I left it what do you call it, loose, okay? Went to the top and pulled the pedal back up. This time I came down and the slave cylinder was still in the position it was, and the hose had been pulled shut. So pulled fluid from the hose instead of from the slave cylinder. And then from there kept on pumping, reverse bleeding the reservoir. I did that reverse blade, pulled fluid from the reservoir about 3 times, and then came back down, pumped the pedal a few times. Well, obviously nipped it, so closed, depleted, then started pumping the pedal a few times, and she was good. So I don't know if there was some air left in the system, or you know, whatever the case may be, but I got it to the point where it's all sorted. And this is my makeshift homemade reverse bleeder. It worked really well. It wasn't pumping any air. Made sure that it kept sucking fluid from the bottom of the bottle, and yeah. So yeah, guys, it was a mission. Let me tell you, probably about 4 or 5 hours worth of fiddling with the pedal. That issue that I had with the slave cylinder being clogged with the bleeder, didn't want to bleed, reassembling, and then trying getting the pedal halfway. Went away for about a day or 2, came back now after work and quickly had a look at it and got it sorted. So time to take the car off for the jacks and go from there. I've had the clutch in now for about a week. Is it a week? Yeah, roughly about a week. I've done about 350 k's. Mind you, about, I would say 15% of that is highway. So yeah, but anyways, it's in and she's working all right. And in the beginning, not so much chatter at idle, right? But quite a bit of chatter accelerating from like up until about 1.5, 2,000 RPM. Low load, she's quite noisy. But anyway, I thought I'd take this video now because she's warm and she's chattering at idle. So I don't know if you guys can hear it, but let's see. So yeah, that's basically the chatter. And I don't know if you got how well you guys are going to hear this, but if I press accelerator pedal lightly, you'll hear it. See, it goes away. But yeah, so it's not that bad. It is a bit embarrassing when driving, so I try and drive it above 2,000 RPM, which is bad because this thing is thirsty and it charges fuel. But yeah, so that's basically the chatter that I live with now on a daily driver. But yeah, it's weird going from, so this is the first ever race car that I'm trying to build and stuff, so going from trying to make cars quiet and keep cars quiet and things, I'm now building a race car, and as you go along that, it becomes more raw and noisier, and that's weird. It's like trying to keep it quiet, but it's not going to be quiet, you know. So yeah, new learning experience for me basically. But yeah, anyway, let me know what you guys think about this chatter story. Done a lot of research. Other guys that did the JWT kit with this aluminium flywheel vehicle, the car sounds exactly the same. So yeah, I'm sure the gearboxes are right regarding the previous issues. That noise that was there before is like either gone or it's masked completely with this new clutch. So yeah, I'm happy, man. I'm happy. I want to get the kilos in so I can actually take it to the track and drive it properly. But anyway, till next time, guys. Peace.